Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road, and you're ready to go if you want to. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast, special concert festival edition. Today, we are with Megan. She's with the town of, how do I say this? Shalott?
Town of Shalott.
Shalott. Okay, Summerfest is going on every year. How long has it been going on? And give us a little background on that.
Oh gosh, the concerts have been going on for 20 plus years. But we just started our concert series at our park, Mulberry Park, around 7 years ago. So we have an outdoor amphitheater area for people to come out, and it's been just the perfect concert series for us.
Perfect. Megan, give us a little background on you before we dive in further. Where'd you grow up? Talk a little bit about your family and career.
Sure. So I'm a North Carolina girl, so originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I've been with the town of Shalott for 5 years, but in this area for 10 plus years. After college, I said I want to move down to the beach. So that's what I did. So I've been here ever since. A beach girl for sure.
Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with that at all. Give us so 3 questions that really help our listeners fully embody what's going on there with Summerfest. The first question would be, what does it look like? Number 2, what does it smell like, meaning food? And 3, what does it sound like? We'll talk specifically about the music. So let's go back to number 1. What does it look like? People bring their own chairs? Do you bring a cooler? How does that work?
Sure. So we are a small area in Shalott. So again, it's an outdoor park amphitheater, and yes, people absolutely bring their own chairs, their own blankets. But the way that our amphitheater is built is there's also seating outdoors for them. So they have some options. They bring their families, they bring dinner if they want to. Again, because we're small, we don't have a ton of food trucks, but we are working on that and we're growing. So we normally have 1 to 2 food trucks as well.
Very good. All right. Now let's go back to the food truck, because that's huge for our listeners. They seriously want to know. Give us some examples of what type of food trucks are going to be there.
So what we've done in the past, because it's during the summer, Kona Ice, we've had Dixieland kettle corn, which is obviously the popcorn. So what we're working towards is getting like a barbecue vendor out there and more food. But we are, I hope to see that in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now, let's talk about the music that you have. Give us the different styles that you have.
Sure. So because we're a beach community, or we're surrounded by beaches, we obviously have a lot of beach music, but a lot of our bands have turned to variety, just listing themselves as variety bands. So last year we changed it up a little bit. We still had our variety bands and we still had our beach music bands, but we also pulled some of our local bands. So we're pulling bands from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but we're also pulling bands from Raleigh, Charlotte, North Carolina. So we have a variety of small bands and larger bands.
Okay. All right. Now, talk about you say variety bands, but give us some examples of the types of music.
Sure. Country, lots of shag music. That is what our citizens love. They love to get out there and shag. And we have young shaggers, but we also have some older people that have been in this community for a very long time. We've got some rock and roll. We've got a new band this year for Myrtle Beach that I can't wait to tell you about it after, because he is wild and crazy, and they say he jumps around, and so I'm excited. So I think he does a little bit of rock and roll. So
okay, all right, very good. Talk about the history and the importance of this event, and really let's talk about the importance of it to the community.
Sure. So our community is about 5,000 right now. And so our goal with the town of Shalott is just to bring citizens together. So we've got our local community that comes out every week, but also because we are surrounded by those beach communities, you're bringing in the beach locals, but you're also bringing our tourists. So our goal is just to provide a safe and fun environment weekly. And because we do ours from about July through September, so we do ours a little bit later than everybody else. But again, just to provide a fun and safe environment for our citizens and their families.
Okay, very good, very good. Now, second most important question, how do people find out more information about Summerfest? Where do they get that information from?
Sure. So we have our website, townofshalott.org, but we also have several Facebook pages. So we have a Town of Shalott Facebook page. but we also have Shallotte Parks and Rec, and that page is going to give you all of the details that we do. We do a lot of events throughout the year, so concerts is just one thing. So they can find all of the details out there.
Okay. Now, two fun questions. These are just for me. For my personal inventory, we do live music all over the nation. And so I just want to know, what's the best concert you've ever been to your entire life?
Oh, trying to think because I haven't done a ton. I'm going to say Kenny Chesney.
Oh, that's a good time.
But I'm a country fan, so I'm always going to go country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good time. Okay. Dead or alive, you get to see one musical act. Who would you want to see?
Ooh. That's a hard one. Celine Dion.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Well, Megan, thanks so much for being on with us today. I appreciate it greatly.
Sure. Merry Christmas.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine.